Good, happy Wednesday morning, October 23rd, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this morning, so let's begin. First up, proposal for drug treatment center in Dover moves forward. 60-bed facility wins zoning board approval. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Kristen Carosa.
Shop Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses for the latest in home furnishings, including bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms, and kids' furniture. Along with the latest in sleep technology from Beautyrest Black, Tempur-Pedic, Neuropedic Lift, and more. Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses.
One of those businesses is the Dover Bowl. Owner Mark Bowen has been in recovery since 1982 and has been on board since the beginning.
Everybody knows that there's a need, and if we take care of the problem, it's better for everybody.
Michael Patenaude owns the vacant property and created the proposal for the residential detox and treatment center, something he says is needed on the seacoast.
This would be approximately a 60-bed facility. It's zoned as a hospital, so we could have the detox overnight inpatient and also up to a 28-day or even further stay as a resident program.
Patenaude says the facility would be close to Wentworth Douglas Hospital. The building would be 3 stories and would be highly secured. Zoning has just been approved. It heads next to the planning board.
There'll be a lot of control with respect to how we deal with the patients. And as a result of that, they've embraced the project and they've really supported us.
Former congressional candidate Eddie Edwards is also supporting the project.
And bringing those folks back into the community is very, very important. And I'm very happy that someone like Mike, is putting his money where his mouth is, step forward to develop a project like this.
With the proper funding in place, proper personnel to run such a facility, we could see approvals as soon as February and maybe break ground in early spring.
As this process continues, the developer tells us he is looking for a team of people to run the facility. Reporting in Dover, Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Ballot measure asks if students should get a seat on the Manchester School Committee. Non-binding question could lead to creation of non-voting position. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Jessica Moran.
When family and friends come together on a beautiful day, what better place to be than in your own backyard?
One word, describe your vision for the Manchester School District.
At Manchester Central High School, a student moderator got to question those running for alderman and school board committee about issues facing the school district and the city. Young Organizers United hosted this forum.
Let's start out with the teachers' contracts. Absolutely, they should have a contract. I agree with you.
These students hope their voices will be heard in the future as well. They're supporting question 3 on the Manchester ballot, which asks if students from each high school should get non-voting seats at school committee meetings.
Often we find that the school board is making decisions that the school board and that they make on their own, but the students are often not involved in that process. So we would just like to really involve the students more in the process between selecting policies or changing policies.
Both those involved with helping the students organize tonight and those that teach in other school districts say it's worked in other areas of New Hampshire.
I teach at Auburn High School, so and they actually do have students on their that go to the board meetings and stuff like that, and they've gotten a good response from it.
There will be a student rep from each high school, Manchester West, Central Memorial, MST, and they would rotate on school board meetings. So one school board meeting, Manchester Central's representative, the next school board meeting, Manchester West, and they would rotate that way.
Now, the question on the November 5th ballot is non-binding. If it passes, the Board of Aldermen would then decide whether to actually create the student position. In studio, Jessica Marin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. State Rep. Joe Alexander named NHGOP Finance Director. Party's third full-time staffer, first to hold key post since 2017. The state Republican Party had not had a paid finance director on its staff for more than 2 years. It does now. We have learned that first-term state rep Joe Alexander of Goffstown has been named to the key position, becoming the third full-time paid staffer at the NHGOP, joining Executive Director Elliot Goult and Communication Director Joe Sweeney. And now let's take a look at your 2020 New Hampshire candidate tracker for October 23rd, 2019. We have one candidate in New Hampshire today, Andrew Yang. He will be in New Hampshire today, and he has 4 events today in New Hampshire. His first event, speaking at Politics and Eggs at St. Anselm College in Manchester, New Hampshire at 8 o'clock a.m. His second event, Meet and Greet at Rostoke Coffee in Concord, New Hampshire at 12 o'clock p.m. His third event, Town Hall at Plymouth State in Plymouth, New Hampshire at 3:30 p.m. And his fourth event, Town Hall at Tuckerman Brewing CO in Conway, New Hampshire at 6:30 p.m. And those are the 4 events that Andrew Yang has going on today, right here in New Hampshire. U.S. futures point to a slightly lower open. U.S. stock index futures were slightly lower Wednesday morning. Student opens fire on another outside California high school. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
The school shooting tonight near a California high school, 2 high schools in fact, and a community college immediately put on lockdown. Armed police searching the campus, taking a potential suspect into custody. What authorities revealed just a short time ago in ABC's Will Reeve tonight from California.
Tonight, an all-too-familiar scene. Students evacuating a school, hands on their heads.
Upgrade this to an active shooter assignment.
Heavily armed police descending on Ridgeway High School in Santa Rosa, California, after a suspect reportedly opened fire outside the campus, hitting one teenager in the abdomen, then running into the school. Choppers overhead, 2 high schools and a nearby junior college locked down as officers searched the school and surrounding area for the suspect.
They searched us and told us to put our hands up. Yeah, it was scary.
The suspect captured in a classroom, led out of the school in handcuffs.
That suspect is being questioned by detectives now. We're still looking for the handgun, which was used in the incident.
Police say that handgun was given to someone who later fled the scene. David, police say this was an isolated incident between two students. The suspect is facing attempted murder charges. The victim is expected to survive. David?
All right, Will Reeve tonight. Thank you, Will.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.